always thought my house smelled lovely. You know, that mix of lavender spray, clean laundry, and the occasional biscuit from the tin I forget to close properly. That was the scent I imagined people were greeted with when they walked in. Comforting, warm, familiar. So you can imagine my surprise when my niece came to stay for a weekend and casually said, "It smells a bit grandma in here." Now I am a grandma. That part wasn't the issue, but it was the way she said it. Like, grandma wasn't a person. It was a smell. At first, I laughed it off. I even tried to defend it. It's probably just my perfume, or the plug-in diffuser, or maybe the dog's blanket. But later that night, lying in bed with my thoughts spinning, I started to wonder if maybe she was onto something. I gave my pajama sleeve a sniff, then the pillowcase, then the room. There it was. That faint, musty note I couldn't quite place. It was like old roses mixed with mothballs and a hint of something I didn't want to identify. Could it really be me? Now I'm not dirty. I shower, I wash my clothes. I mop and scrub and do all the usual things. But that night sparked a bit of a personal investigation. And you know what I found out? Doctors actually do talk about this so-called old lady smell. It's a real thing. Not in a cruel or judgmental way, but in a biological, totally explainable way. As we get older, our bodies change, skin changes, hormones shift. We sweat differently, our oil production slows, and our sense of smell dulls, which means we often don't notice when we're not as fresh as we think. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about age. It's about habits, especially at night. We spend a third of our lives sleeping, or trying to, and most of us have little routines that we do without thinking. But some of those harmless bedtime habits can actually make us smell, well, not so great. And the worst part, we don't even know it's happening. We go to sleep clean-ish, and wake up wondering why the room smells like a dusty attic. So I made a list. 7 common nighttime habits that can trigger this not-so-glamorous old lady smell. Not to shame anyone. I was doing at least 5 of them myself. But because once you know, it's easy to change. And honestly, the difference it's made in how I feel, fresh, confident, and like myself again, has been incredible. Let's start with the first 2. They're sneaky. They seem harmless, but they were my biggest wake-up call once I saw the science behind them. All right, let's be honest with each other. How often do you change your pajamas? I used to think, well, I'm not sweating buckets. I just sleep in them. So I'd wear the same set of comfy flannels 3 or 4 nights in a row. Sometimes 5 if I wasn't going anywhere. They felt clean enough, so I didn't think twice, until I read what dermatologists had to say. Apparently, while we sleep, our bodies shed dead skin cells, millions of them, every night. Add in a bit of natural body oil, sweat, yes, even if you feel cold, and maybe a tiny nighttime toot or 2. Don't look at me like that. We all do it. That, and suddenly your pajamas become a breeding ground for bacteria and odor. And it doesn't take long. What's worse is that the fabric holds onto that scent, and then your sheets soak it in too. So even if you change your bedding weekly, you're still stewing in a subtle soup of been here too long. Now, I'm not saying you need to wash your pajamas after every single wear, unless you're a night sweater like I am. But every 2 wears is a good rule of thumb. I now have a little basket in my closet just for worn once clothes, so I don't confuse them with clean or dirty. Makes life easier, and I don't accidentally sleep in something musty. Oh, and a quick tip. Go for natural fibers like cotton or bamboo. They breathe better and trap less odor than synthetics. This one's going to divide us. I know plenty of women who swear by their morning shower, and I get it. It's energizing, part of the routine, and it sets the tone for the day. But let me tell you, switching to a nighttime shower changed my life, and my scent. Throughout the day, even if we don't do anything physically exhausting, we accumulate all kinds of invisible grime. Pollution, dust, natural body oils, sweat from that one trip to the shops, or just moving around the house. It all adds up, and when you climb into bed without rinsing it off, guess what? Your sheets become the new sponge. Your skin starts to break down all that buildup, and by morning you're marinating in your own funk. Lovely image, isn't it? I used to wonder why my pillowcases smelled a bit off after just a few nights. Then I realized it was me. My face, my hair, my neck, all leaving behind a little signature every night. Now, I don't mean a full spa routine at 10 p.m., just a warm shower with a gentle wash, especially under the arms, folds, and feet. Sometimes I skip washing my hair if it's not needed, tie it up in a loose bun, and focus on the skin. It takes 5 minutes, but I sleep better, my sheets stay fresher, and I wake up feeling more like myself. And the difference in scent, let's just say, I no longer sniff around wondering what that old house smell is in the morning. Okay, let's talk about hair. And I mean seriously talk about it. I love the feeling of freshly washed hair, running my fingers through it after a shower, and letting it air dry into soft waves. But here's the catch. While it's a total treat, during the day, when I go to bed with all that hair down, things start to get messy. And I'm not talking about knots or tangles. I'm talking about that smell. I've learned the hard way that leaving your hair down to sleep is a perfect setup for the oils from your scalp, leftover products, and even sweat from your pillow to mingle and form a not-so-glamorous concoction. Over time, that scent can become pretty noticeable, even if you don't smell it immediately. The hair absorbs and holds on to everything. Environmental pollutants, hair products, dead skin cells, and then it just festers overnight, making your pillowcase, well, a little less inviting. Here's my tip. Tie your hair up at night. It doesn't need to be a fancy updo. Just a loose braid or ponytail will do. If you prefer to leave it down, consider using a silk or satin pillowcase. These materials cause less friction, and they don't absorb the oils or moisture from your hair the way cotton does. And if you don't want to bother with tying your hair up, try spritzing a little dry shampoo before bed. It'll keep things fresh, absorb excess oils, and you won't wake up with that greasy feeling on your scalp. Now, I know some of us love to spritz on a little perfume before bed. It's calming. It's a nice end-of-day ritual. And there's something about a good scent that just makes us feel, well, good. But here's the thing. Those lovely fragrances can actually work against us when it comes to nighttime smells. You see, perfume, especially heavy, strong scents, can mix with your body's natural oils in ways that, let's say, aren't exactly appealing. It's like you're layering fragrance over the very thing you're trying to avoid. Old lady smell. As we sleep, our bodies naturally shed skin cells. And when those oils and dead skin cells combine with perfume, it can result in an unpleasant, overpowering odor that sticks around longer than you'd like. Now, I'm not saying you need to give up on perfume altogether. If you love a scent, go for it. But try applying it only in the morning, or switch to lighter, more breathable body sprays or oils for your nighttime routine. You'll still smell wonderful, and your skin will have a chance to breathe and regenerate without being overwhelmed by chemical-heavy scents. Let's talk about sheets. Oh, those lovely, soft sheets we can't wait to crawl into at the end of the day. I used to think, I change them every week. How much dirt can I accumulate in just 7 days? Well, let me tell you, plenty. Even if you don't sweat buckets during the night, your body still sheds skin cells, sweat, oils, and natural fragrances. And that all gets trapped in the sheets. After a few nights, the scent can start to sour, especially if you've been having a particularly hot or muggy night. The more often you change your sheets, the fresher your bedroom will feel and smell. And don't forget your pillowcases. They tend to be the worst offenders because your face is in constant contact with them. I started changing my pillowcases every 3 to 4 days, and wow, what a difference it makes. I also keep a bottle of pillow mist, lavender, chamomile, something calming, by my bed, and give the pillows a little spritz right before I go to sleep. It's a small step, but it helps keep everything feeling fresh. Okay, we've all been there. After a long day, all you want to do is slip into something comfortable and call it a night. But some of us make the mistake of keeping those shoes on for longer than necessary. Maybe you kick back in front of the TV, or maybe you just forget to take them off before jumping into bed. But here's the thing. Your feet are like little sweat factories. You might not notice it during the day, but those shoes trap moisture, dead skin, and bacteria. So, when you leave them on overnight, your feet, along with your shoes, start to ferment in all that dampness, making the odor much worse by morning. It's a quiet, sneaky culprit. I used to be a repeat offender myself, but now I always make sure to give my feet a break at night. After a long day, I'll give them a quick wash, dry them thoroughly, and let them air out. If you've got a pair of shoes that you wear regularly, pop some baking soda in them overnight to absorb moisture. And if you want to take it a step further, consider investing in a foot soak routine a couple of times a week to keep your feet feeling fresh and clean. Now, let's talk about one of the simplest, yet most common mistakes I see women make. After a nice, relaxing bath or shower, we all have the best intentions. But here's the problem. Our skin, as we age, tends to get drier, especially if we're taking warm showers or baths. That warmth opens up our pores and can strip moisture from the skin. If we don't lock in that moisture right away, we're setting ourselves up for dry, flaky skin that feels rough to the touch. And yes, that's another possible source of unwanted odor. Dry skin can trap the natural oils that your body is trying to release, creating an accumulation of smell over time. I started a simple habit of applying lotion or a natural body oil straight after drying off, while my skin is still slightly damp. This keeps my skin hydrated and feeling soft, and it's made a huge difference in how fresh I feel through the night. Plus, it's a lovely way to pamper yourself before bed. You don't have to go all out with expensive creams. Just a basic fragrance-free body lotion or oil will do the trick. And if you're feeling fancy, you could treat yourself to something with a subtle lavender scent, perfect for winding down at night. So, there you have it. 7 sneaky nighttime habits that could be contributing to that old lady smell we all dread. But don't fret. None of these habits are irreversible. By making a few small changes to your routine, you can keep yourself feeling fresh, vibrant, and confident every night, no matter your age. Remember, it's all about staying ahead of the curve and not letting these little things slip by unnoticed. Your body is always sending you signals. It's up to you to listen and respond. And trust me, you'll feel the difference. The best part? It doesn't require a lot of effort. Just a few thoughtful tweaks to your evening routine, and you'll wake up feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to take on the day. So, if you've made it this far, you're definitely my kind of woman. Stay fresh, stay radiant, and remember, age is just a number. But how we care for ourselves, that's what makes all the difference. Thanks for joining me. And if you want more tips like these, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share in the comments below. We're all in this together, darling. Stay fabulous. Stay you.